Welcome into the first edition of No Huddle Rodeo here on US Cowboy. And to get things started, we'll give a quick primer of what this is and how it's going to work. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evening, we're breaking down the biggest stories in professional rodeo, rundown style, all summer long. The goal is simple: to get you caught up on all things pro rodeo every day in 10, 12, 15 minutes. We'll be coming to you on YouTube. We'll be coming to you on X. We'll be coming to you on Facebook. So anywhere you can find extended video like this, we will bring it to you. So without further ado, let's dive into this past weekend in the PRCA. And we are going to start at the Jordan Xtreme broncs. One of the best bronc ridings we've had, I was going to say all season, but in the last couple seasons and this year already, we've had some awesome standalone bronc riding events. But Kade Bruno, he put on a show against the best of the best in saddle bronc riding, 88.5 in the long round, 93 on Shady Jacket in the short round of J Bar J. That's the highest marked ride of Kade Bruno's career. The previous high, 92, when he went toe-to-toe with Zeke Thurston last year to win the Calgary Stampede. And let me tell you, Kade Bruno, he beat more than an NFR quality field, because if you look at the finals, like I said, Kade Bruno was 93 points on Shady Jacket. He won about $12,000. He's number 3 in the world. But if you look at this final in the short round, 6 total 90-point rides. They came from Weston Patterson with 92, Gus Gallard with 91, Sage Newman and Zach Dallas both 90.5, and Ryder Wright with 96 total 90-point rides. Furthermore, all of those guys currently in the top 15. So NFR preview in terms of quality of horses, NFR preview in terms of quality of cowboy, and hats off to Kade Bruno for a really impressive win. And he's showed up at these big bronc riding events, won the Brad Germanson earlier this year. As I mentioned, Calgary Stampede champion. He is really good amongst the best of the best, and he is number 3 in the world. Let's go from number 3 in the world in the saddle bronc riding to number 1 in the world in the saddle bronc riding. And I am talking about Ryder Wright. And I don't want to take any credit. Ryder Wright, always very motivated, obviously, but we did put out something on US Cowboy, a little stat comparison between him and Dawson Hay. And if you saw that comparison, Ryder was number 1 in the world. Yes. And ultimately, that is all that matters, is who finishes with the most money. Doesn't matter how you get there. So Ryder's got to be feeling good about that. But Dawson Hay led him in just about every statistical category. Well, Ryder came out swinging as a pre-summer run. He got on 6 horses over the weekend. He rode 5 of them for more than 86.5 points. He was 90 to win Vernal in his home state. You count it all up, over $14,000 for Ryder Wright on the weekend. And that average score, that was 83.9 heading into the weekend, now 84.4. He's got $153,000. That would put him number 10 based on last year's 2024 regular season standings at the end of the year. That would put him number 10, and he's still got the entire summer run in front of him. So we might be on Ryder Wright record-breaking watch pretty soon here if we're not careful. If he wins another big one, if he wins Reno perhaps, look out for Ryder Wright there. And if we're talking Wrights, let's go right to Stetson, because Stetson has been no slouch in the saddle bronc riding. Since June 1st, Stetson Wright has won 5 saddle bronc riding titles. 5 since June 1st. And I don't think we've given Stetson Wright enough credit. We have come to expect amazing, incredible things from him. He's an 8-time world champion. He's won the bull riding world title. He's won the saddle bronc riding world title. But remember, when he hurt that hamstring at the 2023 NFR, it really looked more difficult for him in the bronc riding than the bull riding. Those saddle bronc rides put a lot of strain on him. And when he went back out to practice and rehab this thing, it was saddle bronc riding that was the toughest for him to come back from. He used to say, I don't know if he still believes this, I think he does, but I'm not speaking for him, but he used to say that saddle bronc riding, made him way more nervous than bull riding. And he always found it a little less natural and a little more difficult. And that's what really put the strain on it. And so it took a little longer. You saw it this year. His bull riding came back super, super natural from his year-plus layoff. Saddle bronc riding took a little more time, but he's number 16 in the bronc riding, number 2 in the bull riding. Like I mentioned, 5 saddle bronc riding titles in the last 7 days. So all good there for Stetson Wright. And again, I think we all just expected him to walk right back into pro rodeo and dominate. And he has done that. But that is a hard thing to do after over a year off, working 2 events and doing so for the last 5 or 6 years at the professional level. So all the more reason Stetson Wright's always going to get his flowers, but deserves a ton of credit for how he has bounced back so not quickly, but how he has found his form again since returning to high quality competition. So hats off to both the Wright brothers. Ryder dominating number 1 in the world. Stetson looking poised to win yet another all-around title. And obviously, we'll have plenty of updates on them, the entire family, throughout the summer. Rusty having a better year than he's had the past couple. Statler, Wright having a good year. He's in the top 10 as well. So before we close today, let's go to some other just noteworthy kind of whip around style results, things that intrigued me, things that I found interesting over the weekend in terms of winners, because there were 3 playoff rodeos. We had Vernal, the Dinosaur Roundup Rodeo in Utah, Sisters Rodeo in Oregon, and the Woodward Elks Rodeo in Oklahoma. And we'll start with Woodward Elks for a couple of these interesting wins. Rocker Steiner repeats as champion there. He's number 2 in the world, became the 2nd bareback rider to clear $100,000 on the season. 3 rides of over 83 points for Rocker this past weekend. Now, staying in Woodward, Hailey Kinsel got her first win of the season, which sounds alarming that she hasn't won yet, but fear not. She's going to be number 5 in the world, most likely, once all the money is tallied up in the WPRA. 1692 wins it for Hailey Kinsel. And lastly, Shad Mayfield in the tie-down roping. He's number 2 in the world, but he's now within $17,000 of Riley Webb. And we've seen them wrestle back and forth in the regular season the past 3 years. They've traded off, breaking the regular season earnings record. Remember, Shad does it last year. He dominates the regular season. He breaks Riley's regular season earnings record, but then Riley comes right back, wins his 2nd straight gold buckle in December. So that is all that matters there. Shad ends up 2nd, still leaves with the all-around world title, but going to be really, really interesting to watch that unfold. Both of them over $100,000. Like I said, Riley leads Shad by about $17,000. Shad victorious in Vernal, 7.7, and victorious at the Parker County Sheriff's Posse Rodeo, where he was 8.4 seconds. To close things out, let's go to some noteworthy standings movers. Just 2 of them from this past weekend. We'll kind of do this every Tuesday, probably, just to reset things and let you know who's really making the biggest jumps. And we'll start with Cash Robb. Goes from number 29 to number 23 in the steer wrestling. Cash Robb made his first NFR last year, just 22 years old. He went on to win the average, mind you, in that first NFR, finished in the top 5 in the world. Took a little bit to get going this year, but now number 23 in the world. And he won the Sisters Rodeo over the weekend by a whopping 2.2 seconds. He was 9 seconds on 2. Next closest, 11.2. And then lastly, we'll close the show here. Title roper Shane Hanchey, looking to make his 16th straight NFR, goes from number 23 to number 17 in the world standings. He won over $10,000. He was the winningest tie-down roper of the weekend this past weekend. He did that by 4th at the Eagle Rodeo, 2nd in Woodward, 5th in Sisters, 4 runs of 8.7 or faster, and they won the American. Him and Bugsy, they really click when they get into a rhythm. They'll have an opportunity to do that this summer, and that was on full display already this past weekend. So that's the first edition of No Huddle Rodeo. Remember, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all summer long, we are coming at you. So Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you tomorrow. This is No Huddle Rodeo on US Cowboy.